Today, I'm sharing 5 stage presence secrets to help you fix amateur habits and turn into an unforgettable performer. Hi, I'm Alarke. I'm an artist and a music coach sharing my journey and helping you master your voice, craft, and career in the process. I drop videos every week, and as always, timestamps are in the description below. Let's dive in. First, we have to address your stage posture. So, something that an amateur singer would do would be to hunch their shoulders, kind of turn to the side maybe, or let their chest cave in. Maybe they'll lock their knees and be a little stiff, or they might rock side to side, a little wobbly. So what we want to do is stand tall. Imagine you're a dancer. You have a string pulling you up from the back of your head like a puppet, and your chest is open. Your back isn't arched, it's just aligned. And you're open to the stage. Maybe you have one foot slightly in front of the other. You can move around on stage. And if your mic stand is a tripod, which is my favorite mic stand to use, you can angle the tripod so that the triangle is right in front of where your feet are. So that way you can step forward into the mic, you can step back, you can have more space to move side to side. And you can also angle the microphone, the boom arm, to come further out if you're working with gear in front of you, or you just want more space to come in and out. So that helps loosen you up on stage, stand tall and be present, and be happy and proud to be up there. Next up, we have our eyes, which communicate our music, our story, and what we're expressing on stage. An amateur mistake would be to have dead eyes because you're too focused on the words and the lyrics and the music and not trying to mess up and getting in your head. So what we want to do is know the music so well that we can really just be a vessel to communicate the music, and then let your eyes light up with the words and have it match the emotion of the song. Think more like Beyonce on stage. Channel Beyonce or your favorite singer. And then also remember that when you're on stage, you have to have your emotions read to the person in the back of the audience versus something that is on camera, which is right up in your face, very nuanced. So there's a difference between performing on stage and then performing on camera. So for performing on stage, you might be a little bit exaggerated, a little bit highlighted to really share it, bigger in your body and your facial expressions. And then on camera, it might be the same communication through your eyes, but a little more subtle, more nuanced. You can also think like a dancer in terms of lines and angles. So first, with gestures, hands, you can be fluid, you can move. We don't want anything to be stiff or attached at the side or attached to the mic stand. Maybe you could practice a few different positions in front of a mirror. One could be holding a mic stand firmly rooted like a tree and a shoulder width apart. Another could be one foot in front of the other, mic stand again, or hands up or hands down, or moving in between this aura of space around you, this bubble. That is where you can move, and it could be nice and expressive. You can use your whole bubble of your space to gesture. Another thing is that we want to think about depth. So on stage, you could have a flat line if your arms are straight out to the side. Might not be bad depending on how it looks. Catch yourself in a mirror, but generally think about creating a little bit of depth. Move your hands and your arms slightly forward to a V shape. If you want to know what part of your performance is holding you back the most, take my free stage presence quiz linked down below. Let's talk about eye contact. This is so powerful. So you can create different areas and zones where you can communicate with your audience. In general, I like to think of it like a 9-box grid where you have stage left, center, stage right, center, stage left, center, and right, and then bottom, down, left, center, and right. And if you're not familiar with stage left and right, it's from the person on stage, their point of view. So with these different places where you could look, You can also think about types of glances that you could give. You could give a direct stare, which is very intense and should be used sparingly but intentionally. You can do sweeps across the crowd, which is very confident. And then you can also do dreamy, soft focuses. You could use these in instances where you wanted to deliver a very strong intention. You might maybe look out beyond someone's head, but it's a very direct focus, like you're thinking of who you're talking to in your song. If it's a person or it's a song about your own self, you're thinking out. And a crowd sweep could come on when you're walking on stage and when you're walking off stage. Just look out and acknowledge the audience. And remember, you are performing from the moment that you step on stage to the moment you step off the stage. The audience is always watching. And from backstage, if you can see the audience, they can see you. So think about always being in your performance mode, your performance character, if you will. When you're moving through your music, take a beat and let yourself rest at different places where you're looking out in the audience and different types of gazes. So it could be a beat, or it could be one or two words or a whole phrase. Experiment and have fun. And I think the biggest teacher would be you recording yourself and then watching back in the video. Oh, it's so hard to watch ourselves, but it really is the fastest way that we improve. So I challenge you to do that. Let's develop your movement that works with the music. We want to be dynamic on stage, and this depends on whether or not you're playing other instruments, or if you're a solo artist or you have other band members or dancers with you on stage. But think about adding some interest. Remember that people are coming out because they want to show, they want to be entertained, and that's you, that's your role. You're the performer and the show goes on. So let's think about different types of movement. So for more vulnerable expressions in your music, you might think about coming a little bit closer to the mic and being a little softer in your delivery. Or you could even have your arms be closer into your body. You could move your arms around your torso area, up around your chest, maybe in your head, gestures. You can play with seeing things in front of you. When the music is more in the middle, it's neither too soft and vulnerable nor a big moment, you can think about maybe a common ground that you have with your mic, maybe 3 to 6 inches away from the mic. You might be more natural moving in this base of your tripod. When you're at the mic, you're here delivering. When you're not singing, you might step away from the mic to leave a comfort zone and take up more space on stage. Or you deliver, and then you step back. Also, gestures, let's have them be intentional. Practice in front of a mirror and record yourself. For bigger moments in the music, let yourself be big with it. Chest open, stand up. You can have your arms out, or maybe if that doesn't feel right to you, that's fine. Just let your motions also move with the music. You don't have to be a dancer, but music and dance are so intertwined. Just let yourself be free, and you might want to map a few angles that look good from videotaping yourself, and then you can call them up on stage so that maybe your performance isn't choreographed, but you have a few places that you know are going to look good. So for example, you're not going to map out exactly what you're going to do in the song because you want it to be more organic. Great. Map out a few places, like a hit here. You know these angles look good. You know these angles look good. You know this looks good. You know this looks good. You know this looks good. And you can let your knees bend. You can move. From practicing these and recording yourself and watching back, it's like you have a bag of movements that you can just pull out and improvise. That's what we do in jazz. People have little licks of music that they practice. And then when it comes time to play, they'll be improvising on whatever comes to them. And they might transition from one melody to another with a little lick that they know. And they just move it in the key of the music and move through that transition with their bag of licks. So this, you could have your bag of movements, your bag of punches, your bag of angles. So now that you know the basics, here's how to lock it in. Practice a few poses with a mirror or videotaping yourself, or better yet, both, as we've talked about already. And just do maybe movements first. Gestures, placements, how your hands look, how your arms look, how your hips, how your feet look, how you might want to stand from side to side, depending on what feels comfortable and what looks good. And then practice the movements with your eyes and your expression. Practice any facial expressions that come to you naturally. Does it look good? Is it too big? Is it too weak? Not big enough? And then after practicing the gestures in the body and then the eyes in isolation, then you're going to combine them. Then practice gestures and eyes. Stage presence is not about being perfect. It's just about being intentional. Quick question. When you're watching your performances back, what's one thing that makes you cringe and another thing that you think you could do to improve your performance? Let me know in the comments below. Let's see if we're thinking ahead about what could bring our performances to the next level. Here's the truth. The audience will forgive a shaky note or a small mistake, but what they won't forget would be how you entered the stage, how you exited the stage, your first notes that you sang, your last notes that you sang, and any big climactic moments throughout the music. And the other parts can be more passing from big moment to big moment. And then once you get those locked in, then you can work on the nuances in between. But really, the audience is going to remember those parts the most. If you've gotten something out of this video so far, hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel. It helps me create more videos like this weekly for you. Stage presence is one piece of the puzzle and vocal confidence is the other. If you want a simple routine to help you warm up your voice before you go and slay on stage, check out my video on how to accompany yourself on piano for your vocal warm-ups. It's linked here. It's the perfect video to watch after this one. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. See what I did there? You can grab the mic too. You can move it around. All of this is your opportunity to slay the stage. This is actually really fun. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. See, even all of this is practice of how you could end a set. I mean, maybe you would say, thanks for watching and see you in the next one. On stage. I don't know if that'd be awkward. Probably. Maybe not. Thanks for watching, New York. See you in the next one. See what I did there? See that? Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.